Hello everyone. Today's Tech Club talk is about how to get DRDO internships, and Shree Varshini is gonna let us know how she got her internship and go through the whole application process. Over to the speaker.
Thank you, Shanmugapriya. So, hi guys, good evening all. I am Shree Varshini, third year ECE. So, I recently did my internship in DRDO, the Defense uh, Ministry of India, in the CVRDE lab, which is located in Avadi. So, in this session, I'll share my internship experience and I'll guide you throughout the application process and all those things I faced in the internship, and I'll give you a gist of all. So, without much delay, we'll go to the session. I'll share my screen. So, everybody, we look for going for an internship. So, why do we require an internship? So, the things I cover in this session are why I chose DRDO, the entire application procedures and the processes, when exactly should we apply to get into the DRDO internships, the duration of the internships, my own personal experience and which lab I intern at, about the stipend restrictions and perks of the internships. I'll attach some of the reference templates at the end of this session. Of course, it's not my own template, since due to some security reasons I can't share that actually. So I'll give some reference templates. So yeah. So why do we really need an internship? So everybody, we look into internships while we enter the third year. So what is there in internship? So yeah, any responses? Yeah. So yeah, you will need an internship to get to know deep about your own domain. Since college, you will be studying about the domain in not in depth actually. While coming into internships, you will be like you study the entire concepts and you will implement it in a real life, real scene situations. So you might find a role that which is perfect for you, and you come to know about you more in detail. So internship would be like a pre-phase, a pre-job phase where you come to know about a lot of things. You come to know about the real society outside, waiting for you outside after your UG or a PG. Some people go for a master's as well. So internships will have you will build up your skill sets, not only in a technical way but also doing an internship in a good or a well recognized company will also make you as a person. You will be like you have good leadership skills. You will be time management, your time management skills will be improved. Overall your soft skills get improved and you'll get good skill set and experience to take your next role. So once you decide to do an internship, the question arises in your mind is like where to do an intern. So you have to choose an organization or a company, so such a way that your internship is valid and your internship should be like the main cause for your future career. So how to choose like which company should you intern at? You see about the company which gives you in-depth knowledge about the domain. For example, if you want robotics or AI or any other domain which you are interested in, go for internship in that field. You also select a company in such a way that it gives you a hands-on experience with well infrastructure and well sophisticated things. So why DRDO? The main reason why I chose DRDO was like I had a few list of companies like DRDO, IGCAR, ISRO, because these are the well-established organizations, government organizations as well. So it contains like a best research facilities in India. So, doing internships in one of these best research facility in India would add a plus in your resume. So you'll also gain a lot of experience in your internship, throughout your internship, as you have a good uh, you create a good network, as there are many interns like you would be there under that scientist. The main thing is that you work under a scientist in DRDO. DRDO actually has like over 5,000 scientists graded like scientist B, C, E, F until G. Scientist G is a superior, obviously. So I worked under scientist E, and like uh, building a good network in the internship will increase your marketability, and also is a add-on to your career. There are few eligibility criteria to enter into DRDO. So the most basic one is that you must be an Indian citizen. Your age must be between like uh, 19 to 28 years. That is basically you will be completing your second year and will enter third year. And the minimum score aggregate should be over 60% in all semesters. That is over a 6 CGPA in our case. And also, the most important thing, eligibility criteria, is that you should have a clean background. Once you enter into DRDO, they actually do a background check. So having a clean background on you without any prior FIR cases or something like that. So well balanced background is a must. So okay, let's see about the application procedures. So before I take a look into application procedure, there are few do's you should do before applying to any internships. That is first is the resume building. So you have to build a well built resume in such a way that like the scientist should be like they need to select you seeing your resume. Most of the internships shortlisting is done with your resume. So building a resume is a key factor in applying for internships. So have your resume in a minimal yet clean manner, but not so colorful. Without don't just have false statements in your resume. Be like super specific about what and who you are, and have references and recommendations for you. And yeah, so after building a resume, you have to shortlist the labs, because the RDO has plenty of labs, nearly like 90 to 80 to 90 labs across India. So you have to like select a few labs. My suggestion is that you at least select 6 to 7 labs and call mail every director of that lab. So DRDO has like labs in advanced computing, naval systems, combat vehicles, electronics, aeronautics, simulation and life sciences, armaments. So you could choose any a few of these labs, and you could cold mail. The method of application is through cold mailing the directors of the research labs. So I shortlisted my area of field research in combat vehicles. So I had a 5 to 6 labs which were in AI and robotics, Center for Airborne Systems, Defense Food Research, and electronics, radar development, and combat vehicles. I was chosen in combat vehicles, within which I worked in communication department. There are various departments in each labs, like transmission department, gun control department, the TOTs, or the communication department, and etc. So I was chosen in communication department. After cold mailing, like a few of the directors of research labs, You can also try out reaching scientists of the particular lab. You can browse through LinkedIn profiles, and like you can search through internet, and I have listed a few emails of the scientists. I'll show it you at the last. You can mail the scientist, but my suggestion is, if you find a email address to mail the scientist, go ahead, do it. Also with the cold mail to the DRDO director, because the director is the ultimate one to pick you up for an internship. So yeah, so the method two is a physical application. You need to go approach a lab which you are interested in, and go to the security office, the visitors corner. You don't need any permission to reach out there, so you could approach the receptionist over there, and you can get the physical application form from them and just fill it out. And also attach you carry your required documents with you, so that you could attach it with the filled in application and just submit the form physically. But I opt for email because you could not visit each and every lab, because one lab is in Delhi, one lab is in Chennai, so it is a tedious process. So physical application you can do, but email is a good option. So your cold mail context should be in a polite manner yet professional manner. So that like your email plays a vital role. The scientist picks you up with a text and information you give about yourself. Nobody will speak for you. You yourself are uh, what do you say, like you yourself will mail them, and they just, if they want you, like they'll pick you up. So add on a variety of things, like whatever you do about Coursera courses, the NPTEL courses you did regarding related to your field of domain in which you work for. And like for example, if you want to do a thermodynamics project in a lab, and you want to get selected for thermodynamics, then you have to like give your courses, credentials about your thermodynamics projects, and so on. So you one of the main thing which makes you stand outside of the entire intern student list is like you can question about the scientist itself. Like you have a clear cut view of the scientist. You mention about few scientists in your email, and you could question about his own research works, and um, you could actually make like what is it you know well about the concepts, and you could showcase your talent within that. So after like drafting an email with catchy subjects, so that it would be picked on easily, because there will be a lot of applications in the inbox of the DRDO directors. So it may yours may get ignored by chance. So have a catchy subject in such a way that yours is being picked up. So yeah, so be more specific in your email. So because the more you're in specific, your chances of getting into DRDO is higher. So don't have like just for the sake of filling up your email, don't blabber, like don't have false statements. Just have a clear cut, minimal but crisp mail to the director. If you're confident enough that this mail is okay, then send it. I'll show you some of the templates at the end of the session. So yeah, as I mentioned in the previous slide about the necessary documents with which you have to send the mail, these are the required documents. The main thing is your resume, which is the key factor actually. So build your resume accordingly. Your college ID card. So scan your ID card and have a soft copy of it, a bona fide certificate from the college. So you could approach your faculty coordinators or any other faculties to have, or HOD to have a bona fide certificate from the college. Cover letters and transcripts. This is completely optional, but if you send this cover letters or transcripts, it is a add-on to your application, because cover letters play a vital role as again cover letter should be properly built, and it should have a concise version of what you do and what are the projects, what are the courses you have done, almost like in your UG semesters. You should also have individual photographs, attach it with your email ID. You have to specify a tentative date for your internship. Again, it's a tentative date. We can't actually provide an actual date because you should plan accordingly about when your semester ends, when you get holidays. So you have to have your availability and show us a tentative date. The correct date of start of internship could be changed later. My advice is that uh, send all these attachments in a PDF file, because any other format will have some alignment issues and something else, because once you give a photograph and they may say like it's not properly embedded and all such stuffs will there, so have it in a PDF format. And the RDO is like super flexible with time, so you could actually give a tentative date, and you could even like hold the internship offer, and you can have it according to your availability and your specified time. Because I did a month internship, and during the like around second week or something, I had to go for my placement training as well. So I was took off like a few days, and I attended college or placement training. So they were super flexible with that. The thing is, you have work, you have an add-on work which you do like from home, or somehow you should do that. Yeah. If they need any other required documents, they would ping you up. So these are the essential things. But if they need something like an Aadhaar card or something else, they may ping you after the email. So when to apply for an internship? So many people are confused like when to apply for an internship. So if you plan to do an internship this month, you do all this cold mailing process well in advance, 1 month in prior to your specified availability of your internship time. So I did my internship in winter term. So I did it in January and February. I did my cold mailing and stuff at December first week. So ideal time for application is November end or December first week for winter term. While in case of summer term, you could cold mail the DRDO directors at April end and May beginning, according to when the semester ends probably. But do maximum by June. You just do the mailing process. So what my ultimate work there was like, the scientist would do his work. We'll use to assist the scientist. There is also another test called a RS test, which is radiated susceptibility, which I wasn't allowed to do that because it's hazardous for the human range. So I didn't do that. The other three tests were being done by me. So yeah, so I did manual calibration works. Basically, what the scientists assigned me, like small tasks, we used to do. I also do the ground connections and I was a lot more in a control room rather than in the setup. So in control room, like we used to test the subsystem we got the previous day, and we used to test it for all these three tests so that it is ready to fit into the Arjun tank. So yeah, there was a knowledge research center in DRDO where you can actually find a lot of journals, a lot of magazines, articles, handbooks published by the scientists as well, and also the other famous leading authors. So you could use the knowledge resource centers at any time you want. So if you like have some leisure time, you could go to the KRC and have some good books. Since like we need to refer a lot of information in order to do the tests and simulations. So we don't have internet access in DRDOs. No DRDOs allows phones or internet or laptops, anything inside. So ultimately, books are our friends. So we need to like go through like 10 to 15 books to know a small concept. Yeah. So chaos is the ultimate source for everything. About the stipend, yeah. So many people ask me like, is there a stipend in DRDO? No, there is no stipend in DRDO. DRDO doesn't give you any stipend for internships. Certification at the end of the internship, since it doesn't give any, it doesn't pay you, it will give you after successful completion, it will give you a certificate which is very much valid. Also, you could get LO as a letter of recommendations from the scientists you work under, for which is really really helpful for your application for MS or masters or your PG degrees. So which is very much valid all over the world, because those scientists are top well reputed scientists. So LORs from them would do things better. So yeah, I was awarded a certificate at the completion of my after I submit my report on EMIMC testing for military systems. Like I got a certificate for the same. Yeah, restrictions. As I spoke about earlier, DRDO also has a few restrictions. Since it's a premier research agency where world-class research facilities are available, it do has some restrictions. Yeah. Access denied for classified researchers due to national security. You are not allowed to enter the classified researches, or you are not you couldn't access those projects at all. So interns are not allowed over there. And yeah, as I said, mobile phones, laptops, or other Bluetooth or electronic gadgets aren't allowed in the building. So they used to collect it before entering the building, and they just give it to you once you go out of the. So yeah, so as we used to be more reliable for internet and things like that, it is a bit difficult to go back to go research for books and do our projects. Yeah. Perks of this internship. So as this is a well reputed organization, there are top well reputed scientists in India. So DRDO has like over, I say, 5,000 plus scientists throughout various labs in India. So yeah, working under scientists like them would be like will be so good. Would be a plus for your career as well. So there will be an amazing exposure for your defense researchers, and chance of getting a LOR from such reputed scientist will do wonders. Addition of research experience to your resume. Yeah, your resume is having an additional research experience. Yeah, after successful completion of your internship, you can actually try for careers in DRDO itself. So you could uh, what is it, like you could apply jobs in DRDO itself. DRDO offers like many scientist vacancies, administrative research fellowmen, scientists, technical staffs, training student trainer, and project leaders. So these were the designations uh, DRDO offers for you. So you will be an uphand as you are already been trained in DRDO. So you could easily apply for an career in DRDO as well. So these were the perks of the internship. So yeah, uh, as I said, these were the reference templates. Yeah, this is not my email. This is not the one which I sent. This is the one which even me I referred to. So okay, I'll wait on the screen so that you could take a screenshot of this. Like you could reframe the sentences and work it like according to your own resume and your own stuffs. So your resume should be having a summary about a gist of yourself, your skill sets, your experiences, your education, the courses and certificates you do, interests and hobbies. Also, you could have your achievements and your volunteering in NGOs or any non-profit organizations. You could add up that as well. These are the contact details of the director of CVRD, the Compact Vehicles Research and Development Establishment. CVRD, basically where I did my internship in. Uh, you could call this help desk and you could clarify your queries, or you could directly call mail your application to the director of CVRT. Here is the email address. So I have attached a few reference URLs here, so you could go through it. Various labs and establishments. So yeah, uh, these are the many labs offered in DRDO. Like there are so many labs, so you could like just have a look into the labs and which suits you the best. You could apply to that director. So yeah, CBRT. This is the one where I did my work. So the site is user friendly and it will explain yourself. So yeah, the contact details of each and every lab is being given in the site. So yeah, here. So labs in establishment, various labs can be selected from here. And there is a scheme for internship students who are willing to intern at the DRDO. These are their terms and conditions. You could go through it by yourselves. So these are the perks of the internship. So yeah, I have listed a few top scientist profiles here. Uh, these are some of the topmost like scientist G and H. So scientist H is in the sense that they have 9 to 10 laboratories across India under them. So these were high scientist profiles. So it could be each of their profiles, and you could speak about their works in your mail as well. So yeah, there are a lot of scientists. You see technical, corporate, financial advisor, and nodal officers. So you could have a glance of each and every field, scientists from each and every field. Yeah. Uh, okay, I have here with attached a few contact details of the director's contact list, which is a kind of confidential thing. Yeah. So, so there are email IDs of all the laboratory directors here. You could take a look about the site, and you could start mailing works to this to your specific laboratory. Yeah, you could see here each and every lab's address. Yeah, so Karnataka, Kolkata. So okay, apply for the labs which you choose and which suits you. Yeah. So yeah, uh, I'm done with my side. If you have any question and answers, I would happy to answer.
Good evening, Shree Varshini. Thank you for such an insightful session. I would like to know more on the projects that you had worked on specifically. Like, are you allowed to give us more details? Or
Yeah, so I worked in EMIMC testing as I said before. So what is EMIMC testing is electromagnetic interfacing. Any subsystem should be connected to the main system only if it passes the EMIMC testing. I hope you know about the electromagnetic fields and electromagnetic interfaces. Nice. So uh, EMI waves are like accepted to a certain level. So we used to test whether is that level is being um, dealt with. It is passing that level or so. Yeah. So we check about its compatibility in chamber kind of setup. Yeah. So I like just don't have much skill sets and experience to put in my resume. Okay, Aravind. So you could put your previous semester courses, the courses you studied in your earlier semester, about the courses which is relevant to the labs you are trying to apply for. So you could put that courses as well in your mail. What is this letter for an internship? Yeah, yeah. It is basically in scientist hands. So yeah, you have to present in such a way. The email should be formatted in such a way. In which year you will suggest to go for an internship? Uh, yeah. So basically, I did my internship after my fifth semester. It is an ideal time, I guess. So once you enter into third year, you kind of shortlist all the labs and scientists you want to work under, and you your cold mailing thing should be starting during your semester during your exams, so that the semester leave would be preferred for your internship starting. Yeah. So whenever you want to do an internship, just have a look into it and have 1 month in advance do all the cold mailing processes. I think I answered you, KP. So once you enter into third year, you could start about your internship. Have you done other internships if you don't mind telling? No, I haven't done any other internship. This is my first internship. So yeah, as I said, I had a 6 to 7 labs in my mind regarding electronics and communication uh, fields. So with which, but I got into combat vehicles, which is basically a mechanical field. But yeah, I got combat vehicles. You did any other projects before doing your internship to get shortlisted for it? Yeah. I did many mini projects, and I say I don't have any completed projects, but ongoing project in my competitions. Like I did some hackathons and other competitions. And getting an LOR act as an during recruitment. Yeah, LOR is an getting an LOR is not easy as you think, because your internship under the scientist should fulfill his needs. So only then he'll give you an LOR. So is it fine if I request you to reveal a few of the in your call mail? Would it? No, actually, I could not. I'm sorry that I couldn't. I should not share my own cold mail. Uh, if you really wanted, you could actually mail me, because I couldn't give you it in your public forum. Since there was a, I work in a national secured region, I could not just like that give my things. I'm sorry. So I hope this session was useful for you guys. So if any queries, don't hesitate to contact me here. So is there any other questions?
Thank you, Shree Varshini. That was a very insightful session. I'm sure we all learned a lot of things.
Yeah. Thank you, Shanmugapriya.